And welcome to Pass the Florist Studio on this beautiful sunny day. Today we're going to be teaching you about wreath making 101. And we have all kinds of beautiful little clipped greens from various places that we'll be using today. We have some Norway spruce, which is really pretty. We have some, this actually looks like boxwood, but it's a kind of holly. A little bit of cryptomeria. And just in case, some other little odds and ends if we want to add some drama to the wreath. So what we do is we start with a grapevine base, and we purchase these through a wholesaler, but you can we have actually made our own if you're feeling really adventurous. Just put on some nice, what do you put on? Put on some overalls. And some gloves and go out into the forest, and there's never a shortage of wild grapevine. Take your pruners and your little handsaw. It's quite easy. You just get some long pieces and you start twisting them around each other and around, and you end up with something like this. So if you want to save a little money and have it be a little more rustic, a little more homegrown, you can go pick your own grapevine. So there are several different options with these wreaths. You can do an all around, more traditional wreath, which just has greens going all the way around. You can do something a little more modern, a little different, do something asymmetrical. It could be more like a moon shape. It could be greens just on top and ribbon hanging down. I think today we will probably do, I think we're gonna stick with an asymmetrical kind of shape, just something a little different. So we can get started on that. So when you're clipping your greens, and we picked these from some gardens, local gardens, private, not public, don't worry. Just think of clipping some long pieces. Also, to respect the tree and the people's gardens where you're picking, cut at a node so that, or if there's a piece hanging over a driveway, cut that so that you can't really see that you just chopped it. Just make it look really natural. But definitely go for pieces that are probably about 2 feet long, and I can show you what we'll do with these. These ones are a little shorter that are pre-cut, so this is the size that most of them are going to end up being. The other supplies that you're going to want to have, just in case, is a hot glue gun. We have some floral adhesive because we don't have a way to plug in a hot glue gun out here today, and I wanted to be outside. You're going to need some holiday ribbon, which you can pick up at your local craft store. Even Sam's Club has some nice holiday ribbon around this time of year. Pine cones just came from the base of the trees where we picked our greens. And of course a pair of snips. So that's what we'll be needing today. Before we get started creating our holiday wreath, a good thing to think about where you would like your wreath to be placed. So think about whether you want to hang it on your front door or a porch, whether you want to give it as a gift. Let's get started adding greens to our wreath. So now we're just adding our base pieces here. And when you're doing this, don't think sparse, think nice and full. And I think what I'm going to do is have this go in 2 different directions here. So we're doing this asymmetrical design, and you're just pushing it into the grapevine. You don't even need wire. That's why I love the grapevine base. And it's just really natural and rustic and just really beautiful. So at this point, you might need to start cutting little pieces down just to show you what we have going on so far. So I'm cutting some pieces a little smaller just to kind of fill in the gaps. You can even use these little teeny tiny pieces. I like to use all the scraps, don't waste anything. So far, our little cameo. And if you want to keep it simple, you could just use this green and not add another one, but we have some other really pretty greens, some cryptomeria, which I'm going to go ahead and add. So this is the cryptomeria, and it's a fast-growing evergreen, hardy to our area, from Japan. I'm a total plant nerd, which you guys will find out very quickly. So I'm just kind of weaving that weaving that in. So as you can see, the design is, I'm having it come this way and having it come this way, and I'm just kind of bulking up the area here. Put some kind of in the middle. It's nice to think about the shape of your branch too and where it might look best. Winter is coming. There it goes. So I think we're almost done. There might be another little space right here that we need to add to. Might just do a little bit more of this Norway. Obviously, you'll be hanging it from this direction, although there is the option of hanging it from this direction as well. Is finding your hang point and putting a little wire around that. Or if you have a nail that's already in place, you can just hang the vine right on the nail. We'll add some of this. You know, it's nice to use what you can find in nature. I don't love this. I love how it looks, but this is Multiflora rose, which is terribly invasive. But it's there. It's not going anywhere, so we might as well use it. We'll add some of the berries in. So this is the time when you can start adding in some of the little bits and bobs that you've collected. Olivia also dried some fruit for us last night, which we'll be adding. And just poke some of those berries in. And if it doesn't work in one spot, just try it in another one. Don't get a manicure before you start making your wreath. Yeah, you can wear gloves. I don't particularly like gloves. I like to feel things. I've had 2 manicures in my life, and one of them was right before wreath season. I don't recommend it because you're gonna end up with sappy fingers. Nobody likes sappy fingers, right? If you have collected your own grapevine and made your own grapevine base, this is still free. All from nature, collected all from nature, which is pretty awesome. Now you will have to pay for your glue. So we're just gonna use some of this floral adhesive, which is Oasis floral adhesive, which is so wonderful. A glue gun is perfect. And we're just going to add, with this floral glue, it's good to let it get a little tacky. I went ahead and added that right away. That's a nice specimen. And I like the way that curves. I think we'll add it like this. So it's good to kind of let it set. So if you just let that set for about 20 seconds and then add it in. 2 looks good, but I think a 3rd one down here would be really nice. So let's do that. If you would like to add some more pine cones, you could add some more up through here. I think now we're going to start looking at some of the other items that we have. We have this lovely dried fruit from Olivia that we will add next. Tell us about your oranges, Olivia.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the grocery store and get any bag of oranges you like. You can get lemons or limes, and you're just gonna take them home and simply slice them into thin little slices and put them on some parchment paper and and you're gonna bake them at low temperature for, I would say, 5 hours.
Okay, how low? 100?
Like 250.
Okay.
Maybe.
Do you have to turn them?
Yes, and I would turn them over like
How
between
often?
like after every hour.
Okay.
I'd flip them over.
I don't know if you can see this, viewers, but the light through these is sensational. Well, thanks for telling us how to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
anytime.
nice to have some extra fun things to add to the wreath.
Oh, for sure. And they smell really good in your
Oh,
house, so
yeah.
it really gives you that really nice holiday feel in your house. So
Oh, it's like
it's fun.
potpourri.
It's really fun.
I usually like to make wreaths on the table, but when we're decorating them, we like to hang them from a ladder or have them hanging. It makes it a lot easier to kind of get the whole visual. So I'm gonna have Olivia hold it while she's gonna be our way prettier than a ladder person. So we're just gonna add some of these oranges. A little bit of the glue. Again, hot glue is really nice for this. Probably better than, I mean, this is great, but hot glue, just be careful. We've been burned a lot, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So kind of just focusing down here on this cluster. Maybe one up here. Kind of peeking out. They don't have to be in perfect view. but just having a little orange peek out is kind of nice. Whoa, that's skin. I think I'll do it on the other side. Oh, let me put him in there. He's kind of hiding, but there's a little bit peeking out. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you so much. I'm gonna put it down on the table again, and we're gonna take a look at it. Okay, so this is where we are. Very simple. Again, the only thing so far that maybe you've purchased would be the grapevine base and the oranges. So you could leave it pretty simple like this, which we will do for now. I'm going to go ahead and add a ribbon, and then I'll show you if you want to put a little more drama into it. So again, when you're choosing your ribbon for your wreath, really think about where you're going to be placing it. So if you would like to hang a ribbon up this way and have a big bow on top, or if you want to keep it really simple and have it hang down below. I think for our wreath, for this wreath, I like that everything is kind of designed down here. So I think having a ribbon come down here would be really nice. So we have this double-faced satin ribbon, which is really nice. You want to stick with the double-faced satin. Also, like a big chunky flannel ribbon that's wired on the side can be used. My personal favorite though is the more luxurious ribbons, which if you're not spending any money on anything else, why not splurge a little on the ribbon? This is a lovely green velvet ribbon that you can order online. And this is a local hand-dyed silk ribbon that is just beautiful. It's dyed with plants, and I think I'm going to add that with the green one, and that will be what we're using today because this complements the oranges really nicely. When you're using silk ribbon, just be careful and conscientious of not getting sap or water or anything else on it. Also, make sure you have scissors that are specific for ribbon or fabric, and don't let anyone steal them. So we're going to go ahead and cut this on the bias, just like this. See how great it is to use sharp scissors. I'm going to add the green ribbon, which looks like it, oh, it's nice. Looks like it could use a little touch of the iron, which I don't currently have today. But if you have an iron at home and are kind of OCD like I am, and you want to gently iron out your velvet ribbon, that would be great. So right now I'm just putting the pin, a boutonniere pin, or a sewing pin, whatever you'd like to use, just at the top of these ribbons. And again, the silk is cut on the bias, the velvet I'm going to cut on the bias. This is Java. So you could just keep the wreath as is. It's quite lovely this way. If you wanted to add a little more drama and maybe some white, you could add some bunny tails. We also have some dried roses here, some artichokes on a stick. This is another personal favorite of mine if you want a little more wild look. This is sumac, not the poisonous kind. It actually makes really good lemonade, but that's another video. Okay, well, this isn't working out. Everybody's just sitting here watching me struggle. All right, look, it's important to have really sharp snips, okay? These, junk. All right, so we'll add a little drama. Just had to start that drama by throwing the snips. We're gonna add some of this plume grass, bleached plume grass, which is kind of fun, and this brings in a little bit of the party. This adds a little party to your Christmas wreath, holiday wreath. I like Christmas. This might not be your preference either, but it's something a little different, and I kind of like that it adds a little drama. So there's our holiday wreath with a little drama added. Santa snow is something that fake snow is so weird, but we're gonna try it. So we're just gonna do a little flocking. It's basically like white. Actually, I'm getting flocked. How about I stand down? Thank you so much for joining us today in our wreath making class at Pasaflora Studio. It was so much fun building things with you. I hope your wreath is beautiful and you have a wonderful If you want to see more floral in